Brompton just released their 16-inch Emotique electric bikes, relocating the hub motor and controller from the front to the back and adding a handlebar remote control. What is unchanged is the significant premium paid to purchase an electric Brompton. A standard C-Line 4-speed runs about $2,000 US. The new electric C-Line, closer to $4,000 or more. That's a $2,000 premium to add electric assist at the factory. But what if you already have a regular C-Line Brompton and want to add an electric motor to it? Many third-party upgrade kits are available. Our selection criteria are as follows. Easy do-it-yourself installation and removal. It should be as simple as replacing a tire and installing a bottle cage. It should also be easy to remove if we're to travel overseas, as we wouldn't fly with an electric kit installed. Minimal wiring. Ideally, no wire to the handlebar nor bottom bracket, favoring Bluetooth instead. Maintain existing Brompton features, including foldability and access to the front luggage block. Finally, low cost. We'll quickly review some of the most popular kits on the market. At the top of the price range is ARCC, at the equivalent of $2,500. Highly rated by users, it comes with up to 5 years warranty and uses a commonly available rechargeable battery. It's one of the few kits that offers torque sensors. On the downside, it's quite expensive, and its availability outside the UK could be a problem. An additional $200 kit is required if you want to use your front luggage block to carry a regular Brompton bag. Next in price is Citronics. The basic kit requires drilling the top tube, but less intrusive attachments are available at an additional cost. Interestingly, the cadence sensor is installed next to the sprockets as opposed to the bottom bracket. The Citronics battery is compatible with air travel. At half the price, the Nano Kit has been available for more than a decade. It also supports off-the-shelf commercial battery and can use regular Brompton bags at no extra cost. Note the crank has to be removed to install the cadence sensor. Grin Technologies from Canada offers a similar configuration. Various options, including torque and cadence sensors, are available that can affect the final price and complicate the wiring. Boost offers a minimalist and highly integrated solution. It requires no sensor on the bottom bracket and supports Bluetooth connection. Its installation limits the number of gears to 2, however, as the motor replaces the rear internal gear hub. Note also that the battery is not removable. One popular and competitively priced entry is the Switch. The installation is relatively simple, but the default battery location on the handlebar can be problematic when folding the bicycle. The optional luggage block bracket solves that issue, but impacts the luggage carrying capability. A smaller battery is available for those planning for air travel. The KN20S from the Chinese company LVBU is the cheapest on our list. This kit requires minimal wiring, no bottom bracket sensor, and supports Bluetooth connection. We had the opportunity to test this kit in the last few months. Let's take a closer look. The box contains the following components: the battery controller assembly, mounting brackets, a wired throttle, an optional Bluetooth throttle, a USB-C battery charger, mounting hardware and tools, and an installation manual. Finally, the front wheel assembly. The wheel comes with a pre-installed generic Kenda 16 by 1 3/8 or 37-349 tire. While of lesser quality than a Continental Urban, we appreciate that a default tire is supplied. Wheel replacement is straightforward. The 8mm axle diameter and 75mm width matches our 2016 M6R Brompton fork perfectly. Note, however, that we faced some difficulties when trying to install it on our older 2001 short-frame T3 Brompton. It seems the fork slot was slightly less than 8mm in those days. Switch, having faced a similar issue with their hub, suggests using a mallet to force the motor in position, something we were not willing to do. The rim is entirely painted black and has a low-cost feel to it. We would have much preferred an unpainted sidewall rim, as shown in some of LVBU's online material. More on that later. One final point about the wheel. The axle nut diameter is 14 millimeters, as opposed to the regular Brompton's 15 millimeters. LVBU does provide the necessary wrench, but this difference is important to keep in mind when removal is eventually required, such as following a front wheel flat while touring. The 36-volt, 216-watt-hour battery features a large digital LED display at the top and a locking mechanism and controller at the bottom. The USB-C charging port, next to the on-off button, can also be used as a power bank to recharge your bike accessories. It is rated for 1 amp output. The battery mount is designed to attach to a regular water bottle braze-on, so additional hardware is required to install it on the Brompton top tube. The kit provides some basic metal clamps, but they look like an afterthought. We would have preferred better integration with the Brompton frame, such as a 3D printed plastic bracket. We considered using our old Platform B, but eventually settled for some universal Velcro bottle attachments. We tested various models and selected the one that seemed the sturdiest. Using Velcro straps has the advantage of quick installation and removal. The wiring consists of a single cable assembly connecting the battery to the front motor via a connector. The cable length is longer than required for a Brompton, so a small back-and-forth loop was created to accommodate the extra length. We decided to attach the cable with reusable zip ties to simplify kit installation and removal. Regular zip ties were provided with the kit for those who prefer a permanent installation. The instruction manual is not Brompton specific. For example, it indicates to install the motor cable on the right side, while on a Brompton it should be on the left. Nonetheless, installation is quite intuitive, and the manual is not really necessary to complete the work successfully. As mentioned earlier, one key feature of this kit is the absence of bottom bracket sensors. Instead, various parameters coming from speed, acceleration, and inclination sensors, coupled with the known riders and bicycles' weight and assistance level as entered via the mobile app, are used to compute the power output sent to the front motor. Using Newton's second law of motion and knowing the mass and acceleration, the controller estimates the force provided by the rider. Multiplying it with the speed of the bicycle and the assistance level, it computes the power output to provide to the front hub motor. Similarly, if a slope is detected, the power is automatically increased or decreased to maintain the assistance level selected, 50% in this case. As clever as the system is, it does have some drawbacks. A certain latency in power assistance is noticeable when starting to cycle, as the system only activates when the speed exceeds 5 kilometers per hour. Alternatively, it doesn't cut assistance when the rider stops pedaling, relying instead on the deceleration signal when you apply the brakes to interrupt power assistance. Note the optional wireless cadence sensor addresses this issue and would be mandatory for full European EN 15194 compliance. Finally, the controller is oblivious to the surrounding wind conditions. A strong tailwind will be confused as power being provided by the rider, resulting often in riding without having to pedal. Similarly, a strong headwind will require the rider to pedal significantly more than expected, unless the power assistance level is manually increased or overridden using one of the optional throttles. Let's quickly talk about weight. The new motor wheel adds about 1.5 kilograms to the bike, while the battery is 1.4 kilograms and the controller 0.3 kilograms, for a total slightly above 3 kilograms. During our test, we were impressed by the smart controller response. It detected initial acceleration and deceleration surprisingly well. Climbing didn't always kick in as early as we would have liked, but it did perform very well once activated. The motor uses an integrated clutch to reduce drag when pedaling with no electric assistance. While the drag is minimal, it remains somewhat noticeable compared to a non-electric Brompton. The added weight and tire rolling resistance may have something to do with it. We measured the battery range by cycling on the closed Montreal Formula 1 racetrack. The temperature was between 4 and 0 degrees Celsius, with a wind from the north at 14 kilometers per hour. We maintained an average speed of 20 kilometers per hour and 50% assistance. We performed a full stop and go every lap, or 4 kilometers. The battery reached 15% capacity and issued a warning message after 40 kilometers. Correcting for a 25-degree temperature, we would expect about 50 kilometers at 50% assist on flat terrain. The battery level indication is not particularly linear, with the first 30% accounting for about half the total range. This is typical when using voltage to measure lithium battery capacity. Also expect the indication to drop momentarily during climbing due to a phenomenon known as voltage sag. Despite this, we appreciate reading a value from 1 to 100 instead of basic LED bar graphs as found on most e-bikes. While charging from 15% to 100% takes about 2 hours, the actual full state of charge is achieved after 3 hours, at which point the charger indicator light turns green. LVBU claims the battery will retain 80% of its capacity after 1,000 cycles, which sounds optimistic. In any case, spare batteries are available for $130 plus shipping. Note that shipping costs for lithium batteries is usually quite significant. A free mobile application called WePower is used to configure and monitor the system. It is used, among other things, to calibrate the gyroscope, enter the bike and rider weights, and tune the speed limit based on your country's regulation. Note the overspeed alarm is faint and not very audible while riding. Once configured, the e-bike controller works without the mobile app, as the information is stored in the controller memory, not the app. The WePower app allows selection of 5 assistance modes: commute, equivalent to 60% assistance; leisure; manual, from 0 to 100%; exercise; and climbing. In this last mode, you select the minimum angle at which the assistance will engage, as well as the assistant level, from 0 to 100%. Like most users, according to LVBU, we use the manual mode and set it to 50%. While riding, the app enables you to monitor battery level, temperature, speed, and instantaneous power provided. Current and uphill distance is also provided. An interesting feature provided with the app is anti-theft or lost report. When activated by the original owner, the kit serial number will be tagged as lost or stolen by LVBU, and you will receive an unlocking code. From this point on, if somebody else tries to use the WePower mobile app without the appropriate unlocking code, the hub motor will be automatically disabled, and you will receive the geolocation of your bike. Once you recover your bicycle, you can use the provided code to unlock the motor. During our tests, we were very impressed by the smart controller implementation and how well it detects initial acceleration, climb, descent, and braking. In this screen capture, in climbing mode with 84% assistance, we can see the power assist reaching up to 400 watts during the climb, well above the advertised 250-watt continuous motor rating. One persistent issue was the squealing brake that we suspect is related to the paint coating the side rim. Cleaning and adjusting the pads didn't improve the situation much, but with time it seems to be getting better. Maintenance-wise, the kit comes with a 1-year warranty or 10,000 kilometers. LVBU has published YouTube videos explaining in more detail the installation and use of the kit. Links are provided in the description below. A wired throttle was included in the kit, as well as the optional $50 Bluetooth version. We decided not to install either for now, keeping the handlebar uncluttered and using the kit for pedal assistance only. We plan to test them later this year and report our findings. In summary, here are the pros and cons for the LVBU kit. Pros: low cost, about half the price of the popular kits. Ease of installation and removal, to reconfigure to non-electric or transfer to another Brompton quickly. Smart controller and sensors integration. Nice mobile app, including anti-theft system. Clean cockpit and the use of Bluetooth throughout, including the optional display and throttle. Cons: painted rim, brake squealing. Generic mounting, metal clamp. Wind sensitive due to the absence of a torque sensor. Not UL listed, which could be a problem in some areas of the world. Future availability of battery and spare parts. If you already own a Brompton, especially a 6 or 12 speed, electrifying it with the LVBU kit is a considerably cheaper alternative to buying a new electric bike. It can easily be installed or removed in about the same time it takes to fit a front tire puncture. No special tools required, and this for less than the price of a new Brompton branded battery. If you want to know more about the kit, a link is provided in the description. Do you already own an upgrade kit? We'd like to hear about your experience in the comments section below. We're Pam and Gilbert from Two Bikes for Adventure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the road.